This is going to be a video that's going to be a little different than what you guys are used to hearing me talk about. Now, I know you guys saw the title. And basically, I'm off of work today, so I was just on here just randomly watching some things, and then I ran across the Elizabeth Smart story. I can't even imagine. Well, actually, I can't imagine a little bit of what she went through because, as I said in the title, I myself have been kidnapped before. And it was by someone that I knew, an ex-boyfriend of mine. And, you know, I was held at gunpoint. He broke into my house, took me at gunpoint. And what really made me want to make this video and even talk about it is because I left a comment. It was under a CNN interview for the Elizabeth Smart story. And I was just like under it, and I was just reading the comments, and there were people saying like, oh, if that would have happened to me, I would have just run. There's so many times that she could have gotten away. There's why didn't she say anything? Why didn't she, she must have wanted to, she must have liked what happened to her. Listen, guys, when you are put in that predicament, and she was 16. When I got kidnapped, I was in my 20s. So when you're put in that predicament, you don't even know, like, you don't know what to do. Like, so many things go through your head. Like, in my case, the guy put me in a car. He had a Uzi to my head. So he put me in a car. So with even him having a gun to my head, forcing me to get into the car, it was just like, I was like, do I run? Do I yell? Now, keep in mind, this is daytime in a well-lit area. I was living in the suburbs. This was like my first house that I had ever gotten for myself. So you don't know what you're going to do. So many things go through your mind, and it just saddened me that people would, leave comments like that and just not understand that when something traumatizing like that happens to you, it's almost like you just forget things, and you worry about your family and you worry about yourself. Like, his whole thing was, after I do this to you, I'm going to kill someone else and call your family and tell your family goodbye because I'm going to kill you. And at the time I was in like North Carolina, and my family was still in New York. So I'm like, I can't call my family, and with me knowing this person, I was like, well, maybe he's not going to do it. But you don't know what happens or what can happen when someone snaps. Now, I've never been to counseling or anything, for this. Sometimes it's still, I don't have nightmares anymore about it, but sometimes it does, it does cross my mind. And I didn't realize how it was still affecting me until like I watched the story. And it's just like I just started having like flashbacks of what happened, to me. So it's just sad. And like I said, you don't know. If it never happened to you, you will never understand how it feels to go through that. And when you're living through that situation. Thank God for me, he only had me for a day. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't raped or anything like that. Thank God, but I sympathize with her, and I'm glad that she's older now and she's able to write a book, that she's able to tell her story to, help some people. Like, I never even gave it another thought of, me really, really, really just sharing my story and maybe helping others that were like in abusive relationships or anything like that. Because in my case, I wasn't in an abusive relationship. I had broken up with this guy, and he was just getting like stalkerish. Like, he just would not let me go. So I guess in a way that was mental abuse. And then it just got to the point where, he just broke into my house one day and just took me at gunpoint. So it doesn't matter like what may have led up to it. It doesn't matter what we talked about. Doesn't even matter what I may have done. If some of you guys are going to say, well, what did you do to make him want to kidnap you? Just anything. No one deserves that. It's traumatizing. It's very scary. He took me to a house that I had never seen, tied me up in a chair, had a Uzi to my head, and just kept me at gunpoint for so many hours. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just hard, you know, to even, I mean, like, I've shared it on a little bit on my Money As I Go channel, but trying to laugh it off, so it wasn't like a really, you know, touching. But yeah, I was afraid for my life. I was afraid for my life. I was afraid for the people that he knew that were either connected to me somehow, or my family. You know, it was very, very terrifying. And like I said, you don't know what you would do until you're placed in that predicament. And yes, you do have a lot of thoughts in your mind, like, should I run? Should I yell? Should I this? Should I that? You have a lot of thoughts in your mind, but then you're thinking about death as well. And I am a Christian, so I'm like, okay, well, he kills me, I'm going to go to heaven. But who wants to die? Like, from someone shooting you? No one wants to die from you, you know, getting shot and whatever else. So I just wanted to share my story, you know, with you guys, because you guys always see me talking about different current events. You see me talking about hair. You see me talking about the positive things that go on in my life, but you haven't had me share any of the negative. Okay? So this is Adwoa. If anyone wants to comment to this, that's fine. I will, you know, comment back. Now, I'm not sharing my story for sympathy. You know, thank God I'm over it. You know, I'm in a new place in my life. This is years later now. So I'm able to focus and I'm able to function. But during the time that happened, I couldn't do anything. Like, I was in hair school, cosmetology school at the time. I had to drop out of cosmetology school. Like, I had to take a leave of absence for like some months because I just couldn't get back on track, you know. So if anyone has any questions, just leave it in the comments. And like I said, I'm not making this video for you guys to feel sorry for me. I definitely don't want you to feel sorry for me. You know, I'm a survivor. God got me out of that situation. And there's a couple of other things that I've gone through as well, but, you know, that's neither here nor there. Like, I started writing a book of myself years ago, just on different things that had happened in my life. I haven't published yet because I'm not finished. You know, my chapter is not done yet. My life is not done. I'm still, you know, moving strong and moving up. So, like I said, this is not for you to feel sorry for me. I don't need anyone to be like, oh, woe was me, I'm sorry that happened to you, because I am a survivor. And I just wanted to share my story because maybe one of my, you know, subbies, or maybe someone that's watching this, maybe you've gone through something and you need someone to talk to, or you want somebody to understand. You know, so like I said, people, let's not be so quick to judge, because until you've walked in my shoes, until you've walked in Elizabeth Smart's shoes, until you've walked in any victims or victim/survivor shoes, you have no idea how someone feels when you're put into that situation. You have no idea. And that girl was young. So I'm quite sure, you know, those people had brainwashed her. I'm quite sure they did that. She was 14 years old, guys. I'm quite sure that they brainwashed her. And if you're not familiar with the Elizabeth Smart story, then Google it. You know, just when you finish watching this video, just put in Elizabeth Smart story and just watch it. She was abducted from her bed, from her house at 14 years old and held captive for 9 months. You know, so let's not be so quick to judge people, okay? Let's not be so quick to judge. I'm going to end this video. And like I said, I'm not doing this for people to feel sorry for me. I just wanted to share it because so many people have videos on YouTube or have YouTube channels, but they only talk about positive, or they say, well, this is my story time, but then they don't really tell you everything that's going on in their life. With me, I'm like an open book. Like, I like to share things to help people. That's one thing that I do, which is why, like, when I bring my, when I make videos about hair care, I'm here to help people. So I feel like God, you know, God has put me on this earth to help, which is why when I do natural hair and I'm, you know, taking care of people's hair and I'm making it healthy, I'm helping them. I made a YouTube channel to help. So I hope my story that I just shared can help someone. All right. And just know that you're not alone. You know, if you look at me and I look so well put together, you know, you would have never known that that happened to me until I told you. You understand what I'm saying? And you don't see me crying, telling a story. And that's another thing. They were like, oh, she's telling her story so calm. You know, why isn't she crying? Why isn't she showing any emotion? Because you put it past you. You can't let those things define who you are today, or else you can't go forward. Like, I wasn't going to give him the victory of me just sitting, you know, home like, you know, oh my God, like what's going to happen is, you know, and me not getting to another relationship thinking that the same thing was going to happen again. No, as a survivor, we tell our story because that's a way of coping with what happened to us. And that's also a therapeutic way of healing. Like I said, I never went to counseling, and maybe I needed counseling. I don't know, but I never went to counseling. I relied on my family. You know, I relied on God for strength and my close friends at the time. So, you know, sharing a story. So don't ever think that because someone says something calmly now, which is years later, that they're taking it lightly or it's a joke or anything. You understand what I'm saying? Because us as the victim and a survivor, we cannot let the person that did this to us get victory, get joy, get any type of happiness in thinking that, oh, well, I did this years ago and it's still affecting her. Yes, it still does affect me somewhat, but I pushed it way, way, way in the back of my mind and I move forward. You understand what I'm saying? So thank you guys for listening to my story. Like I said, if you have any comments, just leave it below and I will definitely, you know, comment back when I have the time. But this is not for you to feel sorry for me. You know, life is great. God has definitely blessed me. So this is not for you to feel sorry for me, but I just wanted to share it because I am about to be, you know, well known. You know, you guys know I'm in film. So anything that's happened in my life, I would rather me come and tell the world versus when, you know, I do get a little bit of fame and people try to start digging up stuff and now they think that they have a story where they can make, you know, thousands of dollars on, oh, did you guys know that Adwoa Daniels was kidnapped before? Did you guys know that Adwoa Daniels used to dance? Did you guys know? You understand what I'm saying? So if anything, I'm going to tell my story before, you know, I get to this other level when just everyone's coming at me and researching my background and trying to make $1 off of my name. All right. So thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate all you guys. You guys have been so supportive of me, and I definitely appreciate it. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.